And welcome back to the Retro Review. I am the Bearded Geek. Joining me as always is Mikey the Freak
What's up?
and Biba. Biba. Today,
Everyone.
yep. Today we are going to be discussing the 1995 movie Clueless. I will tell you a little bit about this movie.
You do that.
Yes. Cher, a high school student in Beverly Hills, must survive the ups and downs of adolescent life. Her external demeanor at first seems superficial, but it rather hides her wit, charm, intelligence, which help her to deal with relationships, friends, family, school, and all the important teenage social life.
As if.
There you go. Clueless. It is there's not much behind this movie. It, it is a complete guilty pleasure of my own. I love this movie.
No, you don't love the movie.
I love Stacey
You're right.
Dash. Stacey Dash.
Yes. You're a Stacey Dash horn dog.
Oh my god. I love me some Stacey Dash. But no, I like the movie as well. I mean, as if it coined that phrase. Tell you that right now.
When this came out, that's all you fucking heard.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned Clueless now, and that's like the first thing people say. Yeah.
As if.
Yeah. And it's only said like once in the whole movie. It's when the dude comes.
It was just prominent in the what do you call it, in the preview.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. But basically, all this movie is, it's a high school student.
It is a Beverly Hills high school student. It's not your regular high school.
That is a whole different world.
Yeah.
Basically, a Beverly Hills high school student takes in a new student not from Beverly Hills, or at least is new to Beverly Hills, and basically gives her a makeover, and there you go. I mean, really, I mean, is trying to hook her up with, the popular kids, and there's nothing to this movie. There's no real plot. There's no real plot.
But you know what's funny is they take Beverly Hills, which I've never been out there, but from all the movies that you've always seen, they're always rich, posh type kids that always think they're better than everybody else. That the parents earn all the money, and these kids are the ones that are basically sponging and leeching off of their parents.
Right.
And then you take Brittany Murphy's character that is from New York, Brooklyn,
she
Long Island, or whatever,
Brooklyn accent, or
heavy accent, and you're mixing both worlds together, and you show that I guess that it can mesh, but it only meshed because they turned her into a Beverly Hills girl. So technically, it really didn't work.
I mean, Ty is Murphy's character on this, and then you have Cher, which is Alicia Silverstone, and Dion, which is but yeah, there's no real plot. It's a guilty pleasure movie. It's funny. It has good one-liners. My favorite scene in this whole movie is when Dion, Stacey Dash, is on the freeway.
That's mine too.
She's learning how to drive. Her boyfriend, Donald Faison, is trying to teach her how to drive, and she accidentally gets on the freeway, and everybody freaks out.
Yes. Absolutely freaks out. You're getting on the freeway.
Funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I'm trying. What do I do? Oh, keep your hands on the wheel.
Yeah,
it's just fun. It's funny. So, Mikey the Freak, why don't you tell us what you thought of the movie?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a cute, family-friendly movie. A lot of fun, quotable type lines. You catch yourself laughing at a lot of the stuff. My favorite scene, yes, I do like the freeway scene, but my favorite scene with the one-liners when they're in tennis practice with Julie Brown's character. Julie Brown, she's from MTV, and she plays the tennis coach, and they're like, I cannot do anything. My doctor said that I can't do anything with balls flying close to my face because she had plastic surgery on her nose. And Stacey Dash D says, Well, there goes your social life. That is, I use that to this day. I use that same line. Well, there goes your social life. And if anybody knows Clueless, they start busting out laughing because they know it's just funny. So yeah, I mean, was a Alicia Silverstone nut. I think she is absolutely gorgeous. Every movie that she's done, smoking hot,
and she looks exactly the freaking same today.
Yeah, ever since The Crush in the early '90s to the movies she does.
Welcome to Related Reels. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, even some of the, not say the newer ones. I haven't seen her in anything new lately. I know she is in some, but yeah, she doesn't age much. I mean, she aged very, very well for 20,
yeah,
20
I mean,
plus years.
She still looks very young for her age. I mean, you can tell she's matured, but she still looks phenomenal.
Absolutely. So yeah, young Donald Faison, funny as hell. Even Breckin Meyer, which plays the love interest of Ty, Brittany Murphy's character, the skateboarder, stoner type, and it's funny because Alicia Silverstone kind of, Cher, kind of wants Ty to be in her crowd and to be one of them, but she still kind of wants to be on her own. So, Cher try to mixes her up with what's the guy, the one,
I can't remember his name, but just the popular kid from the
kind of irrelevant anyway, but because you're not paying attention to any of the guys in this entire movie except for Donald Faison, just because he's dating Dee's character. So they try to matches them up, and then she actually sees more of a love interest in the skateboarder dude.
Yeah, you can tell from the start. You can tell from the start, Ty really likes
more of that person. Yeah.
Yes. So, Bieber, what'd you think?
Yeah. Along the same lines as you guys. I mean, everybody has their favorite parts of the movie. The two you guys named were probably my two favorite ones as well. It's definitely one of those movies that you don't have to pay attention to like enjoy the movie. Like, you can watch it, turn on, do something, and if you miss something, fuck it, because you didn't really miss anything.
As if.
Yeah, it's I will say this, the one thing that this movie did that really pissed me off was bring that type of culture mainstream. Because after that came listening to all the girls in school and shit, what if, oh my God, like, I swear to God.
Is that the Valley Girl?
Yeah,
the Valley Girl.
Yeah, it's the Airhead Valley Girl stereotype that they were portraying throughout the movie. But
it's really Beverly Hills Girl, but they call it Valley Girl now for some reason.
Yeah.
But a lot of 90 movies were like that too, even with Beverly Hills 90210. They started to bring that rich preppy culture into the 90s and into the rest of the world. And I agree with that, Bebo. It was kind of like, holy shit, do people really act like this?
Yeah, but this was kind of like turned up to 10.
Yeah. This is over exaggerating it quite a bit.
Yeah, that comedic value.
Yeah. But I mean, overall, it was. I'm not going to say it's one of my favorite movies. I cannot do that. I don't. My wheelhouse. But I mean, it's if you have nothing else on, like, and it was on TV, I may watch it, but it's not something I go looking for.
Correct.
In a movie, but I will say that I do side more with Mikey the Freak. I was an Alicia Silverstone person.
Oh yeah.
She's smoking too.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, if you had a choice between the two, I know which one you choose, and I know which one he would choose.
Yep.
And unfortunately, you're okay, but I would have to sit there and just cry because I'm not going to fight Mike and get my ass whooped.
You can take I take Brittany Murphy too. Rest in peace.
Interesting. Oh, I'm sorry. And as we just heard, Mikey the Freak is called Mikey the Freak because apparently he's in a necrophilia. But the movie itself was all right. I mean, it is something that I feel like you could watch with probably any age. The younger ones won't really get what's going on in the movie. The older ones will laugh at certain bits.
Yeah.
You know, it's to me, it's just overall, it is like a family, but it is just kind of like a comedic movie. But it was one of those ones that was made that wasn't really made to make sense. You know, there was, like you said, there's no real storyline except for them trying to incorporate Brittany Murphy's character into their little clique. But other than that, I mean, there is literally no real storyline in this fucking thing whatsoever.
No,
Yeah,
I did think it was funny that
we,
Cher went after the gay guy, though.
yeah, that was funny.
well, that's just because I don't think it was as mainstream. They didn't realize it was, you know, they thought, oh, he was attractive and sexy, but yet they're so dim-witted and one-minded that she didn't put two and two together and think that he was gay. They just thought that he was well-dressed, he looked good, and it's like, oh yeah, he's just a guy, and that's how they dress. But I think this movie was in the genre that made sense. Like we were 15, 16, and I think it went towards teens that were in that 13 to 18.
Oh, definitely.
Was probably their
I'd say,
demographic.
Definitely.
Yeah,
That
probably,
was their demographic because it related to high school. It had high school situations. You know, people like that at high school.
Whoa. That was no high school I have ever seen.
Me either.
It's in Beverly Hills. Remember, it's Beverly Hills. I've never seen that. No, other than TV.
Very true. All right, we're gonna move on to ratings. I'm gonna go ahead and give my rating. I'm gonna give this 7.5. I enjoyed it. I would recommend it. I thought it was shot very well. You know, even the acting, it was overacted, but it was meant to be overacted. I enjoyed it. Other than that, Mikey Creek, how about you?
Yeah, I'm middle of the road. I give it a 7 just because there's comedic value in it. So this is funny. The one-liners around that time frame, you know, the as if, even though they put as if on the map, you know, I didn't see that shit a lot. I never said it. But it was the actors and actresses then are, you know, those B type actors. There was a lot of good actors and actresses that actually made a name for themselves, you know, 10 years down the road, within 10 years, actually. So it's kind of cool to see some of them being real young. Like I said, Breckenmeyer, you know, even Alicia Silverstone hadn't been acting but more than a few years.
Yeah.
So this almost kind of put her over the top. It's like, it wasn't a hit, I'd say, but it was a popular movie.
Yeah.
You know, not a hit with the box office, just like I said, it's just popular with that 13 to 18 demographic.
Yeah, it didn't break no records at the box office, but
no, Lord, no. But I wish I could give it half a bump because I would love to see some titties. But other than that, I wish it had a half a point bump on this movie.
Brother.
But yeah, I don't think I could recommend it, but it's definitely Bevo was right. It's definitely a movie that if it came on, I'd sit down and watch it. Yeah. You know, but I would definitely not search for it because I've seen it several times. So I'm like, yeah, I know what happens. I don't care at this point. But yeah, I'll give it a 7. What about you, Bevo?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be a little lower than you. I'm gonna give it a 6. Yeah. It just it didn't register that high with me to bump it up even a full point. And unfortunately, as we've all just discussed, there is no boot bump for this film.
Oh, I wish there was.
And you could have taken anyone, and we probably would have done it. But it was a okay movie for its time. I would not recommend this to people. I don't see me recommending it. You know, it doesn't really fit. It really truly doesn't fit like really any type of genre or like specifics for people. It was just a comedic movie. It just made no sense. But I'm gonna go with a 6. I can't give it any more than that. But I will say, even though the movie itself wasn't good, I still think the actors in the film though have been phenomenal actors for other stuff they've done.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right, Bebo.
To be fair.
All right, Bebo, do you have any movie trivia?
As if. No, I do. So the scene in the classroom where Alicia Silverstone can't like correctly pronounce Haitians. That was actually, she didn't know how to correctly pronounce Haitians. the director, Amy Heckerling, actually told the crew not to correct her because she liked it so much and she wanted it to be in the film. So
makes sense with her character.
Yeah.
Really does,
Hopefully by now she's learned, though.
I hope so.
Unlike some of the other people in the movie, Alicia Silverstone actually did not have to audition for the role. It was just given to her. Paul Rudd actually auditioned for the roles of Murray, Christian, and Elton. Rudd assumed that the character of Murray was a white teenager trying to act like a rapper.
Okay.
And we saw that later with what movie? Come on, you guys know it. Malibu's Most Wanted.
Be rad. Be rad.
And one of the things I thought was kind of interesting is that the film's writers actually sat in classes at Beverly Hills High to get the flavor of the students for the film.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And
so it's a true story film.
True story.
Yeah. And the only other thing that I thought was kind of funny is while filming, Paul Rudd was mugged and had his backpack stolen, which held his script for the movie. So somebody got away with the script for the movie, and I would have been like, "There's a script." But, other than that,
it's worth about $5.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's not a lot. Like I said, it was kind of a clueless movie, so there's not a lot on it that's interesting.
All right. Well, I actually do have some movie memorabilia.
What?
Yeah, there was some movie memorabilia for this, which is.
Oh, people, why?
We have a Mattel Clueless Share cell phone, 1996. It is for $600 damn dollars.
$600.
Yes,
Wow.
It's used and it looks beat up, but they want $600 for it. But if you want it, you can get
I'll
yours
give them a
today.
quarter.
Yeah.
You have to go through Verizon or like mobile or
No,
somebody.
it's a toy phone. We have some Crocs, some Clueless Crocs for $350. And
those are custom.
no.
Those gotta be custom.
No, they're put out by Crocs.
Holy shit.
Crocs Clueless Edition, the yellow plaid. Yeah.
Oh, her dress.
Yes,
Yeah.
the yellow plaid. It's amazing for $350 with free shipping.
Oh, sold. Gotta have the free shipping.
Exactly.
I already own 2 pair.
Or you could get the Clueless Share Barbie doll, Clueless Share doll. It's not a Barbie. It came out in 1996 for $150.
I own 3 of those.
I remember those too.
I do
That's
too.
sad.
Yeah.
When I saw that picture, I'm like, oh, I do remember those.
It may
now.
not have made a lot in the box office, but there was a lot of merch for this movie, actually.
Yeah, there was.
My mother collected all the holiday Barbies, so when we're getting her holiday Barbie, I remember those on the shelf, and I'm like, because they made a Stacey Dash one, they made all the characters as dolls.
Yep.
I remember those.
Yep.
That's sad.
All right, my freak.
You want to see mine? Hold on a second. Okay.
Yeah. Here we go.
The blow up version, the blow up kind.
Tell nobody.
All right, my good freak. What do you have for some related reels?
All right, yeah. So I kind of went with we've done some of the actors before.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of actors in this movie. Daniel Hedaya played her dad. Great movies he's been in. I kind of went with some of the main type characters. So I went with Alicia Silverstone. I've always found her fond in The Crush.
Mm-hmm.
The Crush was actually a great movie with Carrie Elways. One of the first movies I saw her in. She was in Blast from the Past, which was with Brendan Fraser. So again, a movie that almost like an Encino Man. Really.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then I know Bearded Geek's favorite, Batman and Robin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and that
Batgirl.
outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she was Batgirl and Batman and Robin.
I have her autograph on a Batgirl photo. Yeah.
Man, such a crush. Then of course, Brittany Murphy. We talked about her. Rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
She actually had some cute movies before she passed away. Sin City, which is a huge A-list of characters. If you ever seen Sin City, that's
you call
that a hell of a cast.
Did you call that a cute movie?
Yeah. No, she's had cute movies.
Oh.
She's had cute movies before she passed away. But that's Sin City wasn't a cute movie.
Yeah. He stopped. He took a breath. There was a crowbar separation, please. Thank you.
There was a comma in there somewhere. But Sin City was a great cast. I highly recommend that movie. Very good movie. Just Married with Ashton Kutcher. That was a cute movie. So that's a cute movie. And even Little Black Book. I thought Little Black Book was actually a cute movie. So she had some good stuff
8 Mile too, right?
She passed away.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, she was in 8 Mile.
8 Mile, yeah. I never watched 8 Mile. But and then I went with Paul Rudd, which everybody knows Paul Rudd from Ant-Man, Marvel. I don't know if you've ever seen any of those movies. He's just typecasted, so he's been in like 8 movies as this Ant-Man character. So
I thought he was in
Ant-Man and the Wasp. Huh?
I thought he was in Mac and Me.
I think he was. He was the little Ant-Man. Oh, sorry. I did like him forgetting Sarah Marshall. He was Chuck. He was the surfboard instructor. That surfing instructor. That movie is absolutely hilarious. Everyone in that cast is funny. I also have him in, of course, the last one, Ghostbusters Afterlife, which he played Mr. Gooberson, which is a teacher. So, but yeah, great cast. Donald Faison and Scrubs. I kind of made his career. He stayed on there for years and years. Funny sitcom. Daniel Hedaya. Yeah, it was good. And even Hedaya in, I always liked Daniel Hedaya in Addams Family. So he was funny in the Addams Family, the first one. But yeah, that's what I got.
He was. I just saw a commercial actually on TV that had him and Zach Braff on it from Scrubs. They were.
That was a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah,
I didn't
fucking watch the Super Bowl commercial. Could have cared less this year.
Well, you watched it yesterday.
But I was just like, I was watching it. I was like, oh, holy shit! They finally live next to each other.
Yep.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
All right, guys.
It was good.
As we come to an end, make sure you do all the YouTuber things. Give us a good old thumbing. Hit that like, subscribe, leave a comment. Tell us what you'd like us to review. Oh my God, I stuttered. Tell us what you'd like us to review. If you like this movie, tell us what you thought of this movie as well. Leave a comment. We like comments. Comments are fun.
Yeah, talk to us. We want to hear from you.
Yep. All right, guys. That does it for this episode of Back to the... Oh my God, I almost said Back to the Future. That does it to... I can't talk.
This is a good one.
That does it for this
Back to the Future.
Yes. I wish I could edit this shit out. That does it for this episode of Back to the Retro Review. For Mikey the Freak and Bevo, I am the Bearded Geek saying keep it retro, everybody.
Peace.
See ya.